Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello! This is the Poetry Studio. Man, sometimes it still feels weird to say that. Like, hi, I'm here on Twitch. Like, I wasn't, like... I didn't... A year ago, if you told me I would be doing this every morning at 7 a.m. streaming on Twitch, I would have thought you were crazy. Fool Killers in the house, good morning, good morning. We are here with the typewriter, as we tend to be. Today I will be working on finishing that poem on memory, restarting it, since really I just wasn't in the mode for it yesterday. But that's an excuse. I even know that's an excuse. I just need to get down to it and write it, finalizing some commissions. And then also I have my another older poem which I'm going to rewrite today. Poem that is very good, but just needs a little more teeth, as I've been told by my mentor. Joseph Vodka's in the house. Hey, Joseph, he says. I am doing good. A little tired, but very good. Glad to be here. glad to be ready to write, and excited that I don't have to rush off this morning. Yesterday morning, I had to rush off the stream at 7:30 because I had to do a 2-hour drive into DC. So it was just busy. And Fool Killer, yes, it went on. The photo shoot went well for that. Just Add Vodka was just on an LA late night stream. A LA late night stream. That's crazy. That's insane. Some of those people need to go to bed on that other side of the nation. I mean, it's funny how you could be sometimes waking up at the same time that other people are falling asleep. And they don't need to go to bed. It's a good time over there. I find it awesome when I'm catching DJs when they're streaming at ridiculous hours in their own zones, but it's like daytime for me. Because it's like, all right, like, you guys are, there's a certain mode that the mind hits when it hits a certain time frame in its own time. So, like, a 3 a.m. British or Australian mind, just totally, like, British, like, that at that point, like, even if it's, like, 10 or 11 elsewhere, like, and it's, like, funny, so because we see that person being themselves at 3 a.m. across the nation. Just Add Vodka says, I was talking about bogans, Ugg boots, dongs, and had a what the hell did I get into here moment. Well, thank you so much for lurking and for being here as we get started on poetry. So yesterday I was working a little bit on this memory poem to celebrate a father-daughter relationship where the father, and the emojis are here. We finally have the typewriter emoji. Just Add Vodka, I'd say you're actually the first person to officially use them. Other than myself, of course, when I was testing them out this morning on some DJ streams. I check out this house DJ from Bali, who we might raid into at a certain point. New emote. Texting yourself. No, it was, I was just testing it, yeah. But, yeah, we now have typewriter emojis. I find it to be one of the coolest things to be able to have that on there. The approval process only took 24 hours. And then with channel points, you could also unlock the Fedora. This one right here. This one I need to fix because it still has the background on it, but it's pretty cool looking. And what I realized this morning is that it's very easy to adapt the photos that you use for channel point rewards for emojis and emotes. Now we have typewriters all over the chat. This is wonderful. I gotta take a picture of this. People aren't gonna believe me when I tell them that we have unlocked the typewriter emoji. The typewriter emoji has a very dramatic history in the typewriter world because there has been a lot of ground-swelling effort to get it to be a actual emoticon, like a real one, not emoticon. I don't know if I'm using the terms correctly, but an actual emoji within the emoji library, something that you could use on your phone, whether you were on, the Apple messaging or whatever it is. So like, there's a huge effort to create that, and then it never came to be. So I actually reached out to one of the guys that did that, and I said, hey, can you give me your emoji? And I would love to use it for my channel. And now we're here. Typewriter emojis have been unlocked. So this is cool. Let's get some writing started. Disco, how you doing? We now have typewriter emojis. Throw one in the chat. How is your mom feeling, Disco? Is she still in the hospital? Is she recovering well? I would hope. She came home today. Woo! I'm so glad to hear that she is home, feeling better. Well wishes from everyone here over in the Poet household. Yeah, we need we need like a soundboard where I could do some like some sounds. It would be funny to make the sound for that one, the one that Akira has, but she came home. We had a big snowstorm over the past day or two, and they're just getting to plowing a lot of our street. I hope that they're not plowing my car in. I think this would be a good time for me to go and check that real quickly. You get to see my new desk. I leave my desk.
Yeah, it's a mobile stabilizer, so it makes it smooth.
Yeah, good for them. They are not plowing my car in. This is something that I'm very happy about.
Have you tried my stabilizer?
Goodness. I'm forgetting the name of something. Ticket stubs and... oh, goodness gracious, film. I put myself in a corner by making my rhyming word stubs, so I gotta figure out something else. I don't like the word stubs. All I can keep thinking about is Grubhub. I must be hungry. Which I'm not ordering for them. I'm just gonna consult the rhyming dictionary. I might have to put a cap on the amount of times I... Yeah, there's no good words that rhyme with that. Yeah, they were coming down in clumps over here too. I mean, we're in the same region, Fool Killer, so yeah, it's pretty crazy. The snow was pretty heavy. and it was pretty much whiteout conditions when I was driving home from the photo shoot yesterday. It took me like 3 hours when it usually would take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Typo. Me and this poem have not been getting along. When I got it, I had such great ideas about it. I'll just keep writing on this. If I have to retype it, a retype can take like 10 minutes. If you're just tuning into the chat, I'm writing a poem about memory. And father and daughter relationships. And this one's just been, it's been elusive. I keep saying that though, and it probably, my language is affecting me because it's not elusive. Yeah, she's getting an edit just simply because I know that I need to get this right. I probably need to swap this ribbon out. Not because it's fading, but because I don't want the blue-black ribbon to lose its ink. Well, it's getting closer. I'm not done with it. I'm going to restart the retype early. Building metaphors are starting to float into this poem. Stuff about, because I started with this metaphor of shards like stained glass coloring our past together. The idea of memory kind of being like these bits and pieces that come together into one thing. Like your memories of a person will be these little bits, and from that you have a person. As John Vervaeke might say, the structural functional organization. I've been listening to a lot of the Awakening from the Meaning Crisis over the past 24 hours. But now, I'm returning to putting the pieces together, like building something like a mind palace. I might run with it, I might not. But this poem is definitely coming together. There's an important line for here. The line is, I will always hold in memory enough for both of us. Fool Killer says, I've been thinking about if I should learn calligraphy or not to help with my pen control for my art. Calligraphy is an art form unto itself. I do not know calligraphy, but I think that it would be really cool if you learned. And there's not a lot of people that can do it well. So if you develop that skill over time, you will be very sought after for that. I can tell you that. We're all staring at an empty typewriter. Let's fix that. Third time's a charm. I hope everybody's Thursday is going well. It's amazing how time flies. Like, I've already spent a half an hour on this poem. I definitely don't always make for efficient writing. Foucault says, I hope I'm not distracting you, but if you don't mind, what is your favorite short story? No, it's not a distraction at all. I really do love answering questions from the chat. I distract myself more than anything else. My favorite short story, I don't have a lot to choose from. Because I don't read a lot of short stories. You know what? I have to think about that one, because there is one that I like that I'm forgetting. Like, that's what it is. It's like, I remember it. I remember reading it. But I do love... There's this short story that I read in high school about this guy that is suspended in a... about to be hanged. And he imagines his escape in the entire time it takes for the floor to drop out and for him to die. And so the story is about that. I will think about the question, though, because I'm sure that there's a better answer to it for me. I'm not satisfied with that answer. Was not feeling those vibes this morning. All right, so in my edit, I wrote more at this section because I needed to definitely build this part out. A collection of grains with time within the hourglass of moments that are mine. Trinkets and tickets shoved into every conceivable place. Shards of memory like stained glass coloring our past together. You are sharp, piercing my heart. Write down your song, hear its melody across the years. Smell of aftershave and breathe with strong arms lifting from childhood. Me and this poem are like in pitched combat. Some poems come easy, others don't. I don't want to have to do another draft of this. I will have to do another draft of this. I'm having so much trouble with this poem. But now it's a thing of honor. Now I gotta get it right. I usually do not need to write this many drafts for a poem. Very troubled by it. Oh, that's alright. I'm just trying to do some editing to get it to the point where it'll be good. It's so close. But it should not be this hard, is all I'm saying. Goodness gracious. This poem's taking me places I never thought I'd have to go. Or I can't go, which is I needed a synonym for glass that meant exactly glass, but there's no synonym for glass that means exactly glass. That's alright. One poem for the entire hour of the time. I think I'm onto it. I promise you will get a poem by the end of this. I'm almost there. There is a line that I'm trying to integrate. I'm having trouble with. It's really hard to see the notes that I wrote. I hope I can remember them when I actually write the poem. Look at that. Look how small that gets right there. All right. Margins are bothering me, but not that bad. Wednesday. Good morning, Relax Your Mind. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Relax Your Mind redeemed Hydrate. And as has happened multiple times before, it's almost like I'm caught with my pants down without a water. I'll be right back. Now the pause screen. Woo! I do have to hydrate. Thank you, I needed a good break.
Yeah, it's a mobile stabilizer, so it makes it smooth. And we have a communication director. Hey Sarah, hey, do you want to try my stabilizer?
Yeah, if you might see that I utterly upgraded the channel.
It's a mobile
There's
stabilizer.
a whole lot more rewards now, which is really exciting. It's good. Let me get back to the poem. This poem, I've worked through literally 4 different drafts. Yes. This is not my usual crafting. Third stanza. Will I have room for it? That's the key question. All right. I mean, there's only one way but up. All right, now I gotta. For those that are just tuning in, I'm writing a poem about memory. That was a multi-draft work that I really want to get this finished and get this good. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Always love conversation. I do love the chat. I love you, chat. And I love you, lurkers. All you are loved. See if I can get this last line on. And holy crap, I think it worked. I think that it worked. Look at that, right at the end. Oh my gosh, I was so close. I had to like hack the line in half to get it to work. Oh my goodness. This is Mementos of My Father, a poetry commission in honor of a wonderful father-daughter relationship that unfortunately ended with early onset Alzheimer's. Collecting the grains of time within the hourglass of moments that are mine. Trinkets and ticket stubs shoved into every conceivable place. Little separate shards like stained glass, coloring our past together. I hum your song as I write it down, hear its memory linger across the years, smell of aftershave and brave of strong arms lifting up my childhood. I was in awe of you, collecting lessons of levity as they would tumble from the table, bursting like stardust as poignancy collided with my longing. I am a surveyor of memoried matter, searching scrapbooks scrapped together for the pieces slowly slipping from our grasp. Your sacred mind was given over to another dimension, but between dinner table conversations I found I received it, enfathered to me by your paternal leading. I will always hold enough memory, enough for both of us. Stained glass vision glistens for the generations. That ending was the tough part, especially since I had to hack my original line. I think it lands shaky, but does it. I'm happy with it. Frankly, I don't know if I could have written something better for such a very difficult situation to write about. I don't know if she may be looking like this may be something that gets rejected because she may be looking for something a little more upbeat. But I was really called to write something this deep for her. So we will see. Thank you all for tuning in. That's going to do it for this morning. I want to thank everybody that was here in the chat. Let's bring back our music. Relax Your Mind, stop by. Thank you so much for stopping by. Disco and Fool Killer were here. We were celebrating our emojis. We now have new emojis for the channel. In case you did not see them, they exist, which is pretty cool. And it's been good. So thank you again, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. And we will be back tomorrow morning. As always, if you have a poem request or if you're interested in something regarding poetry, you can always reach out via email or over Instagram. Just checking if we have the ability to do a raid. We could do a raid to Akira the Don. We also have DJ Missile, who's also in the house, but I know that we have, let's see what our crew looks like here. Yeah, why don't we do a raid over to Akira the Don? I don't mind going over and doing the raid if he's already started. This stream would have ended a little earlier usually, but I did not anticipate having to do 4 different drafts of this godforsaken poem that I'm very glad turned out well. You all have a wonderful day. I'm going to set up the raid. And let's get ready to jump in. Thank you again all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And I might see you again tomorrow morning.